no signal from VTX on an AIO. Any way to properly diagnose and repair? Aerobrat, I'm not sure there's many good ways to repair a VTX on an all-in-one board. I assume you mean a VTX built into the flight controller like a tiny whoop. I mean, if it's not working, then what? Well, you're going to check the power supply? There's no wires. There's nothing to check unless you have the capability to diagnose a broken PCB, which most people don't. So unfortunately, I mean, check that it's like, you know, it's not misconfigured or something. But if it's actually dead, then I don't think it's not going to be easy for most people to fix. FPJV, FPJV, what AIO is it? DC points out that the Tiny Hawk, the Emax video transmitter, and this is the dumbest thing. This is the dumbest thing. And I'm only going to repeat this rant. I've made this rant before, but it was before Blunty took over the Clips channel. I'm going to do this rant, and this rant will hopefully make the Clips channel. And if it doesn't, then I'll know Blunty's not really watching the live streams. So Emax video transmitters ship in a locked mode, and that means that certain channels they won't let you do because you're not supposed to access those channels without a ham license. Fine, whatever, I don't know. In the United States, you're not supposed to use the video transmitter at all without a ham license. So the idea that you're going to lock certain functionality away and only let people use it if they have a ham license, which, by the way, is completely on the honor system anyway, so who are you protecting? But anyway, on the Emax video transmitter, if you set it to one of those channels, the locked channels, then it just stops transmitting. Dumb as shit. Like, then you're like, oh, my video transmitter's broken. And no, what you have to do is use the push button to change it back to an unlocked channel. It's the dumbest effing thing. Emax, fix this. This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. I mean, maybe there's dumber. I don't know what they are. If the video transmitter is locked and you put it on a prohibited channel, don't go to that channel. Just stay on the channel you were on. Or I don't know. But whatever you do, don't just make it look like the video transmitter is broken. And then people are like, ah, this effing thing sucks. But you just unlock the video transmitter by holding down the button while powering it up. And then you're good. It's the dumbest thing Emax has ever done. That should be the title. The dumbest thing Emax has ever done. That should be the title. The first time Emax sent me a Tiny Hawk, it was the Baby Hawk. Tiny Hawk, Baby Hawk. It was the little 2-inch 3S quad. And they sent it to me, and I took it out, and I was going to fly it. And I changed the channel to Race 8 or whatever channel I changed it to. And then the video transmitter stopped working. And I was like, okay, the effing thing died. Well, I guess you're getting a shitty review, Emax. And then later I figured it out. And I was like, this is the dumbest thing. So just unlock it. Anyway. All right. The FPJV's all-in-one that isn't working is the Flywoo Goku. I got to tell you, I don't know this VTX in depth. The next thing I would wonder is FPJV is, does it respond in the video transmitter tab? Like, do you have device ready? Yes. Oh, hang on. Hang on. There's more. Okay, hang on. Oh, you can't leave that out. No, wait, here we go. You can't leave that out. It's not quite just the video transmitter. Oh, isn't it? It's not just the video transmitter. Hey everybody, my check engine light is on. Can you take a look? Yeah, I don't know. It's my check engine's light's on. Can you take a look and see what it is? Oh, also, there's smoke coming out of my hood. Oh, yeah, that's still kind of relevant. No LEDs on battery. Okay, yeah. No LEDs on battery means your 5-volt regulator is dead. That probably explains why your VTX isn't working. Your 5-volt regulator has died, and it won't power up. Now, when you plug in USB, it probably powers up, but the video transmitter still doesn't work because they won't let the video transmitter run off USB. Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time, FPG. He mentioned it earlier in the conversation when he was talking to the rest of the Discord, and I just missed it. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. You don't need to apologize. So, Aerobrat, no. So here's what's going on, guys. If you got a flight controller with a 5-volt regulator that's dead, it won't power up from battery, right? But the minute you plug USB in, now it will power up because USB provides 5 volts to the flight controller. Now, at that point, it'll work. But as soon as you unplug USB, boom, it powers down. USB might power up the receiver. On some flight controllers, USB will power up the receiver. There's a special 5-volt pad. It's often labeled 4V5. And that pad will get power from USB, but the other 5-volt pads won't. So in a situation like that, when you're plugged into USB, you can get it to work. The video transmitter still won't work, probably, because the video transmitter probably pulls too much power, and they don't let it power up from USB. But it's probably the 5-volt regulator. And in this case, on a board like this, that probably means you scrap... Oh, God, it's a $90 board. That sucks. That sucks. Wow. That sucks. All right, so what you can do is you can buy a 5-volt regulator. So first of all, hang on, back up. Get a multimeter, plug in battery, measure voltage on the 5-volt pad. Do you have voltage there? Yes or no? If you have 5 volts on the 5-volt pad, then it's not the 5-volt regulator. But let's assume that when you measure voltage on the 5-volt pad, you have like 0 volts or 0.1 volt or something small. You can buy a 5-volt regulator and solder the output of the 5-volt regulator to one of these 5-volt pads and power the board that way. And basically use the 5-volt pad as an input. That will work a lot of the time. And with a $90 flight controller, it might be worth it. FPJV fixed his problem by moving one solder joint on the 5 volts of the camera. So you had a short circuited. You had a short circuit. So I'll give you another thing. Going back to this Goku question about the FPJV's video transmitter not working. Another thing that can... So if you measure between 5 volts and ground, and there's continuity there, that means you got a short circuit. Somewhere you solder bridged 5 volts to ground, and that's why you're not getting voltage. You're getting 0 volts on 5 volts, because it's all going right to ground. So my guess is that you accidentally had a short circuit between 5 volts and ground, and when you resoldered it, it fixed it. Glad you fixed it, though. Glad you fixed it. Glad your $90 board wasn't toast.